Hello and welcome to Doing Death. I'm Jan. Doing Death is here to help us start the conversation to uncover some of the mysteries and misunderstandings about what happens when we die, and to start to engage in healthy conversations about death and dying. In spite of society's advances in medical care, sadly none of us are going to live forever, and death is a certainty for us all. Why wait until we experience the loss of a loved one to know all the things that we need to do after a death has occurred? Surely having some understanding of what's to come leaves us more space to deal with a loss and to navigate an already difficult grieving process. Death isn't something that happens to other people. It happens to you, it happens to me, and to those we love. So why not face this reality, become less daunted by it, and meet it head on? Coming from a West Indian background, I know many people who just think talking about death before we need to is morbid and unnecessary. Of course, I set them straight. Yes, it brings up a lot of uncomfortable emotions, but there shouldn't be any reason why we can't start to normalise discussions about death and dying. Death is very much a part of life, but whether it happens prematurely or at a grand old age, it's something which none of us are able to escape. So that's what I'm here to do on Doing Death, to find out how can we start to overcome the barriers preventing us from having these types of conversations, and what are the benefits to talking openly about death? What are our deepest fears and superstitions concerning death, and where do these come from? What happens to someone when they pass away, and who's responsible for moving the deceased and looking after the body until the funeral? Who are the professionals you'll meet after a death has occurred, and what support will you need? Have you planned for your own funeral? Do you know whether you want to be cremated or buried? Have you made financial provision for your funeral? Or are you going to leave it to your family and friends to sort out after you die? You see, it's not morbid to talk about death, because even from a practical perspective, there'll be 101 things you'll need to think about when a death occurs. Questions we're all dying to ask, but just don't dare to. Why is that? Some of these challenges and questions will be explored here on Doing Death, where we'll explore death not as a taboo subject, but in a merely educational, open and functional way. Listen and subscribe to the podcast and on YouTube via the links below. Remember, to contemplate our mortality is the ultimate reflection. No, not on death and dying, but on life itself. Thanks for listening. Until next time, be blessed and live well.